Hello all, welcome to auratrainings.com. In this session, we'll discuss about how do we create an integration based on a REST connection. Okay, so the following are the steps involved in creating an integration using ICS using a REST triggered connection. So the first step is we have to create a REST triggered connection and then create an integration and select the appropriate pattern and then perform the mapping, activate the integration as well as run the integration using either any of the tools like SOAP-UI, Postman, or any other REST clients, whichever it is available. Okay, so let's navigate to our integration instance and see how we can create a simple integration service. So the first step is we have to create connection. So click on connections. It's taking some time, but yeah, let's wait. Okay, cool. So now, so in the connections, we have an option called create button. Click on create button. And now it provides the list of adapters which are available in the ICS instance. What you can do is just simply type REST, or you can just scroll down to find out the REST adapter. I'll just search with REST adapter here. Select the REST adapter here or REST connection. Now it is asking what is the connection name, the identifier, as well as the role. Okay. So now I'll just mention I'll just mention a simple REST connection, a REST connection. Okay. So this is my connection name, connection identifier, both I mentioned the same. Role, let's go with trigger. Later on we'll understand which role we have to select, but as of now let's go with trigger connection and click on create. So here if you observe, I'm just creating a connection. I'm not using any URI. It is totally independent one. So why are we using this REST connection? Because we just want to design an independent integration without getting involved with any of the business systems. Okay, as this is a very simple starting integration, we just want to work independently without affecting any business system or without having any dependency on the other systems. Click on test. It should be 100% success. Save and close. And now here whenever it shows 100%, then only it means that this connection is eligible for usage in the integration. Now close it. So our connection name is rest underscore connection. Now the next step is go to integration. So in integration, click on create. Now here, when you click on create, it provides a list of different set of integration styles or pattern. So we have to use the appropriate one based on the requirement. So as we want to design a very simple integration, which takes some input and provides an output. Okay. So I'll go with app driven orchestration, select. So I'll just say integration with REST connection. So this is my integration name, integration with REST connection. And here we can mention the package. I'll just say OT rest.samples. So version can go with the default and click on create. Yeah. Now the first starting step, it is asking us to mention what is a connection you want to use it. Select the connection which we created in our first step. Click on REST connection here. Now, once you select the REST connection, it will ask you to mention the endpoint and what is the purpose, as well as the endpoint URL and many other things it will ask you. So let's go one by one. So in the first thing is what do you want to call your endpoint? So it's kind of what operation you want to mention for your particular invocation of this particular REST web service. I'll just say greet me REST service. Okay, simple greeting message. Okay, and of course the same purpose you can mention or you can ignore. And now what is the endpoint's relative resource URL? So when you are invoking it, so as it is a REST web service, so we have to mention the parameters to the resource URL. Okay, so what I can do is I'll just mention slash here as of now. And what operation you want to mention? As of now, we just want to retrieve something. We don't want to perform any DML operation. It's just a simple get operation. So I'll just go with it, get operation. And now it is asking whether you want to mention in like whether this particular endpoint will receive a response, whether you want to pass the set of parameters. So I'll just select the first and third. Okay, I want to consider some set of parameters to this resource URL, as well as I want to receive the response from this particular REST web service. So that's why I'm just selecting the first and third. Remaining things, as of now, they are not required. Let's go with the default. Click on next. Okay, now mention the appropriate information here. I'll just say username, string, and I'll just say country. Go with string. Okay, now click on next. Now it is asking the response. What kind of response you want to receive from this particular REST endpoints? The best and easiest thing is always consider the JSON format. So I'll just say, so what are the parameters we are expecting? User, okay, and country. Okay, so these are two parameters I'm expecting in the response. Request we are passing two parameters. Response also we are expecting two parameters, right? You can add up for one more thing also if you want to mention. So let us say I'm expecting one more parameter as an extra parameter as a response. Okay. Okay. Now make sure the syntax is correct, else it will validate and may throw an error. Now click on JSON. You have an option either inline or you can select file also. Click on OK. Yeah, see here. There is some issue, right? So it says invalid content entered. So just check out the syntax properly. Somewhere it could be having an issue. Let's try again. I'll just say user, country. I'll just go with this way, greeting. Okay. 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 Let's try this. Yep. This is fine. Now click on next. So what all we have done? So we mentioned what is the request URL and what is the set of parameters you want to pass to this one, as well as what is the response you're expecting from this particular connection. If we expand this endpoint URL, yeah. So it is considering these two parameters. Okay. Now click on done. So always try to click on save so that you'll not lose your code. And here, if you observe the navigation, so there are multiple ways you can see the layout. You can just select horizontal if you prefer to see the view in the horizontal fashion, or you can select the vertical fashion. Here also you have there are two set of options. One is canvas view, another one is pseudo view. When you click on pseudo view, it provides you a particular integration in a hierarchical manner as a readable format kind of thing. But this is not preferable when you're creating any of the integration. So now let's go with canvas view, and I prefer horizontal view. So I'll just go like this. Now what you want to do is, like here, if you observe, when we select our connection, REST connection, automatically it created this set of remaining things, right? One is mapping, another one is response. So in the mapping, right? So what you want to do is just click on this edit icon. Okay. So here, if you observe, the query parameters are 2 and the response are having 3 parameters, because in the query parameters, we are passing 2 parameters, but in the response, we're expecting one more additional parameter, right? So what I don't want to do is I just map the username, user to user, country to country. Okay. Now for the greetings, what I do is I just want to type my own particular content here. So click on this icon. Click on this hyperlink, I mean to say. Okay. Now, so for this particular greeting message, what we want to do is we just want to concatenate some message. Okay. So I'll just want to use a particular function, concatenate country plus some hard-coded message. Okay. I'll just say operations, not operations. I think string functions we have. Select string function, concatenation. So I'll just pass the first parameter as a welcome to our country. I'll just say country name. Now, the first is a hard-coded message, and the second string here, right? Second string, what I want to do is I just want to pass our XSL element which we are receiving, not XSL element. What is the other one? Yeah, here, source. So click on source and select country here. We can also add up other things also, okay? But as of now, let's go with this very simple thing. Save and close and always validate. Okay, mapping is valid and ready to use. Okay, now close. Okay, here if you observe, we have done our REST connection mapping, and in the response there is nothing. In this particular one, it doesn't need to mention anything. Okay, so here it shows one red color number. It says the business identifier has to be set if at all if you want to use it. So click on tracking. So in the tracking, generally what we do is what are the request parameters which we send? We consider one of them as our identifier so that we can trace out our integration instance at runtime. Let us say if you want to validate how many times this integration has run with the username Sriram. So that's how we can try to validate. So just select this one and click on this icon so that it will be moved. Click on save. Now this red color number one is no more appearing. Click on save, close. Now, so this integration is almost ready for running. Activated, by default it is not activated. Click on activated. If it gets activated, now mention the appropriate enabling set of things like enable tracing, include payload and all these things. Click on activate. So it will take a couple of seconds. If it gets activated, it means that whatever the integration which we have done is okay. If it is not getting activated, then we have to validate what is the issue. Okay, now as of now, it got activated almost. It takes some time to get refreshed, but it should be ready as of now. So just click on this URL. Now see here, it is not ready as of now. That's why like that particular one is not available here. Just refresh here. Sometimes it takes time. Try again. Okay, it is not ready yet. Okay, now it is ready, right? Click on this gear icon and it shows how to run. Okay, perfect. So now here if you observe, we added the set of parameters as our request parameters, right? So here if you observe the URL carefully, let me copy this one, and now I'll just mention here so that here till this particular 443, right? Till this particular port number 443, this is your ICS URL followed by IC API integration v1 version 1 flows and REST type, and then this is our integration name, integration name version 1, and these are the parameters, the three parameters, right? So I'll just say and 1 minute. Let me refresh once. Okay, this is the one, right? I copied other one, sorry. Refresh, yeah. Okay. Okay, it is still taking time, right? Yeah, we'll face these kind of issues sometimes depending upon the instance and the other kind of issues, but we just need to be patient with these things. Let me just close this browser. Okay, let me try again. I'll just open the service console again. Let's try. Click on integrations. Click on packages. If at all, you can just, for now, we can just see like what is our integration here. You can see the package name com.od.rest got created. And here, if you observe, it says this got activated, right? But there it is not showing. No, not that one, right? This was the one, ot.rest samples. So let's see what the status it shows. Yeah, here if you observe, it's not providing any status as of now. It means that that the activation of the integration is still in process. So sometimes it gets delayed, or it could be because of the instance load or because of any other reason. So we have to wait. There is no option. There is no other option. Even I don't think abort activation will work. Let me try. Okay, here if you observe, it says it's not allowed within 15 minutes of activation. Please try later. So yeah, it doesn't work out. Designer, let's try again. See what is happening to that one. Okay, some bad luck. So there is no way we can do anything for this. Let me try if I can clone it. Let's click on clone, and I'll just say integration with REST connection version 2. Let's try if this works. Okay, let me try activation of this version 2. If it gets activated, then we can try. Okay, yep. Yeah, this our earlier version was activated. What we can do, just click on this one, how to run, and it has to provide a URL of metadata. Click on this one. It provides the URL here. Now copy this endpoint URL. Now let's not wait. Copy the endpoint URL here. If you observe, the first one till 443 is your ICS instance, followed by IC API. There's a default stuff, and followed by your API name, nothing but integration name, followed by the version 1 and the list of parameters. So here we'll pass two parameters, like let's say, and just mention the country. Okay. Now, so what I'll do is I just copy this one, and what you can do is open the SOAP UI. Now here, let me open it again from scratch if you're not aware of this, but I mean, if you have not used this SOAP UI for a long time or never used, I don't know, save man. Okay, I'll just delete it. Do you want to save? No, simple. So click on REST here, create a new REST project, mention the endpoint URL. And now here, whenever you want to invoke any of this REST web service from ICS, you make sure that you require the credentials you have to mention for your ICS. Okay. Yep. Click on run. Okay. Click on draw always and check out the status. 200 okay means success. And check out the response. Here, if you observe, we got two parameters. Apart from that, we got one more greeting message, right? With the concatenation of the country which we pass. So now what you can do is you can also go to the monitoring one and check out the integration it ran, right? So click on tracking. Now it shows this one, right? This latest one, integration with REST connection. And it shows how many seconds it took, what is the parameters, what is the business identifier, and all those things it will provide you. Okay, so it got completed a particular activity in a particular time. So you can just check out. This is how you can monitor the instance. So far what we have done is we just used a very simple REST connection, REST trigger connection, and we just created a simple mapping one. Now assume that, let us say if you want to add up some more logic in that one, what we can do, what is step involved in that? So the first thing is you have to deactivate it. Once you click on deactivate, what will happen is all your earlier runs which you have done for the integration will get lost. Now what I'm doing is I'm just deactivating it and check out what will happen in the monitoring window. Okay, so that you will be very careful when you're trying to deactivate any of your integrations. So I'll just open another window. So as of now, I just deactivated, right? Okay, click on monitoring, integration, or either way, tracking you can consider. So here if you observe what it is telling, the instance data might be inaccurate because integration has been updated since this instance was processed, right? Okay, this kind of message it will show when you are deactivating any of your existing integrations. Okay, so now anyways, so let's add up some more logic here. So in this REST connection, if at all if you want to perform anything here, now let's say I just want to add up one logger message here, right? What you can do is after the mapping or either before mapping, you can mention the logic here. I'll just click on this plus symbol and now select the action, whatever the action you want to have it. So I just want to have one simple logic here like a logger. So I'll just say I'll select logger. Okay, sample logger. Go with the syntax log always. Now mention the log message. Okay, so this is similar to your SOP or DBMS output kind of information. Sample log message 1 and entered user country is, mention the country name or parameter whatever you want to mention here. Okay, validate. So what it is telling, okay, unexpected message. Okay, not to worry much, I'll just say sample log message 1. That's it. We don't want to work much on this because it is validating the expression. We have to use appropriate expression 1, right? So I'll just say here if you observe drag and drop shuttle or type here to build an expression, right? So now what I can do is, let's say I want to pass tracking message here. That's it. Okay, and close. Validate, close. So just have a single log message. Now one more thing. Let us say if I want to add up, like the email and stuff. I want to send an email, right? We also have an email message. So now what you can do is after the log message, click on this plus symbol. Now select the action notification. Okay, email notification. Click on create. Now it is asking from whom you want to send, to whom you want to send, and all those things. Just select the appropriate information here. Select the email parameter which we are receiving from the. Oh, we are not receiving anything, right? Okay, I'll just hard code right now. I'll just say Sriram. I'll just hard code. Okay. Okay. Let's try. Okay. Similarly, I'll just say this one. Okay. Validate. Okay. It says some issue. Okay. Message. Click on edit symbol. Subject of email. Close. Invalid parameters are found. Country, comma user. Let's try again. Okay. Fine. I'll just say it should refer, but it's not referring. But anyway, I'll come to ICS. Sometimes it works in a very different way, but or maybe we would have forgotten some kind of syntax. That's okay. Validate, save, and close. Save again. Okay. So what we have done is we just added a log message. We added a notification message. Okay. Click on save and close. Now again, what we can do? Click on activate. Not sure this time how much time it will take, but we have to wait till it gets activated. Okay. Okay. This time it's working perfectly. Now go to SOAP UI. Okay. Go to SOAP UI. I'll just say this time I'm entering a different name. Click on run and see the response. Let's wait for some time. It is running. Okay, now you can see the response here. My Hey India, hey, welcome to our country, India, and select the raw response here. And also go back to the monitoring one. Go back to the monitoring one. And you can also observe, right, the latest email which was received. Welcome to Oracle Integration Cloud. Now you can see the tracking one. Refresh here. Sometimes it won't auto refresh. You have to refresh explicitly, and you can see this one, right? Now I'll just try one more time again. I'll try one more time. So I just mentioned the username as Raj this time. Click on run again and see the response carefully. The username should be Raj this time. Okay, Raj, and just check the emailer. Okay, it's taking time. Let's try. Okay, we got the subject of email. Welcome to ICS. Okay, now we can go to monitoring. Refresh this one. It should be the 17th. Yeah, 40017, and you can click on this user Raj, which is our business identifier. And here, this all went in a green. It means that it has followed this particular flow of execution, right? Now we can just check out the okay. It's not showing any data as of now. It's okay. So this is a very simple example of using a REST connection in the ICS. Okay, thank you.